This is something we all deal with, and I wanted to bring up the topic of what I stumbled across, and that is these 8 evil thoughts that every man is going to have to deal with in his life. And it's crazy thought to me, because I'm now 35 years old, and I've had a little bit of experience in life where I've had multiple rounds of failures within each of these 8 evil thoughts. Yeah. And I'm hyper aware of these traps and dilemmas that I've fallen into myself. So this is why we brought up this topic. And it's crazy to me that there's younger people out there, my son, my younger brother, my other youngins that I meet out in this world, that they're sometimes experiencing some of these 8 evil thoughts for the very first time in a real life setting.
I mean, I did do a little research on it, and I think it's a great topic. You know?
Absolutely.
I feel like it'll help not just the young men, but a lot of people in general. You know what I'm saying? We're targeting young men because we're ourselves.
Yeah.
We're young men before. So, and a lot of young men nowadays don't have somewhere they can go and kind of be like, okay, well, those 2 guys went through it. Let's see what they have to say. And it might not work for them, but you have an idea now. You know what I'm saying? A
bounce board, yeah.
This is a great subject. 8 evil thoughts, man. Make sure y'all keep your ears open. You know?
So the official title is 8 Evil Thoughts, a raw and honest exploration into man's inner demons. Demons. So my thought on this, on how I wanted to take this conversation was, okay, the aspiration for every man is to be successful, to be great, right? An aspiration of greatness. Well, in order to be great, you have to be successful, you have to be disciplined, you have to be steadfast, you have to have a definite purpose in life, you have to have emotional and spiritual maturity, right? A lot of things that go into being great and successful. But there's also some of the things on the flip side that will immediately help you not be successful or great. And that's where we came to these 8 evil thoughts. It's interesting where these things came from, man. I started doing research myself on this, and it was by this dude named Pythagoras. Pythagoras is around the 5th, 6th century, 5th or 6th century, and he was, quoted to be one of the first philosophers. This dude had a whole following of people in a school, if it could be called a school, and they were called the Pythagoreans. And some.
Is that the same dude that did the Pythagoras theory?
Yes. Okay. Pythagoras, this dude is nuts. He's the father of music theory. Mm-hmm. He's the one that the story is he was walking down the street in the city and he heard a hammer hitting an anvil. Dunk, dunk. And in that passing, he thought to himself, I'll bet you those sound waves can be interpreted with mathematics, because that was one of his specialties, was mathematics. So this dude came up with this thing called distinct fractions. And he came up with the ideas, if you divide the string or whatever into fifths and you pinch it at a certain point, you'll then create a harmonic, which then layer, you know what I'm saying? Everything that layered to the thirds and the fifths, and that's how everything is laid out in music theory. So this dude just was like a big thinker. He was he was aspiring for greatness. And one of the big studies that he had followed in that time, and one of the purposes for his life, was to be the director of souls. His idea was, how does a man direct his soul into light and into the goodness instead of into darkness. And so out of that study, he came up with these 8 evil thoughts. And from the 8 evil thoughts, there came the 7 deadly sins. But, we were talking before, and it was like, when they came up with the 7 deadly sins, they replaced and took 2 of the 8 evil thoughts out and replace them with something else. And those 2, which were mind-blowing, was sadness and vainglory. And it's interesting that they took those out because, holy smokes, sadness?
Yeah, that's serious.
That's some serious shit. And to think about it, they say these 8 evil thoughts will absolutely corrupt a man's soul.
Crush
crush them. You know, sadness robs a man of all potential. You could be highly skilled, highly positioned, in good favor, but if you just a frumpy dump and you sad,
you ain't gonna do nothing.
You're not gonna do nothing. That's depression, you know, and that's, everybody has to deal with depression. And I think, you know, just because we're men and we can only talk to men, that, you know, depression is a real deal. And you will, as a man, be depressed.
At some point in your life.
You know why you also become depressed? It's just, as we start ranting, man, is because a man is forced to reconcile with his own inadequacies. You know, again, they say that men are born with no inherent value. We have to fight and earn all the value, resources, and respect that we want and need in life. Because, you know, you start out knowing nothing, taking from everyone, you know, and it's like until a person becomes responsible and mature enough to be independent and self-sufficient. You know, I said it in another clip. It was like, if once you get a definite purpose, once you start working on yourself, once you start getting some things structured, then you can start fucking around in the world. But until then, you're no good to nobody. So, okay, so that's the journey for men. And so we are forced to like come face to face with our weaknesses. Man, Jared, you keep messing up right here. It's showing in the patterns in my life.
But if you don't recognize it, you're going to continue to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it takes us as men, sometimes we wait till we get older to recognize, oh, shit, I've been doing that my whole life.
Yep.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, right? Yeah. That's not cool.
You know? And then once you get older and you recognize this shit, you know, it really helps you. You know what I'm saying? That's what we talking about, the 8 evil thoughts. When we point these out and once you see and start recognizing, oh, that's one of those, man, it'll help you on your journey to be great. You know what I'm saying? Because
what do you say is the answer to everything? Awareness, knowing oneself.
You gotta know yourself.
Okay, so before we can keep going, let's just list out the 8 evil thoughts. The first one is gluttony. That's like having an uncontrollable thirst or hunger for just like food, overeating, you know, and it's like overeating, but then it's also eating the wrong things, man. I mean, a whole nother podcast episode is us just talking about the crap that industrial, big industry food is feeding us. It's garbage. It's technically poison in a lot of stuff.
You know, speaking on gluttony, it's like the more and more you watch society, like, you know, in the 80s, it was cool to be the skinniest person ever.
Yeah.
Now it's okay to be bigger, and if you say anything about it, it's body shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then, if you said something about the skinny people, you know, I mean, it's just like this and that.
Sure,
and it
sure.
really doesn't, like I said, like all of these 8 evil thoughts, they continue to happen all around you. You know what I'm saying? Even if you only feel like you're doing 1 or 2, they're still around you.
Yeah.
You might pick it up and don't even know you're doing it. You might be in a conversation like, oh, look at that big old, you know what I'm saying? Or look at that skinny. You know
that's surface level, man. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's not about anyone's size. I've been skinny my entire life, and I deal with gluttony because I'm constantly filling my body with the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? And I find myself every night I'm having dessert. Every meal I'm eating stuff that ain't necessarily right. You know, and so it's an awareness within myself to be like, am I participating in gluttony at any level?
Yeah.
If I think hard enough, I can pinpoint, you know? And so it's just like, to the extent a person will look inward and confront a man, I can't say anyone, to the extent a man can look inside himself and be like, you know what? That right there is not absolutely right, so I'm gonna fucking work on that. I'm gonna challenge that thought. Do I need to eat every dessert every night? A rational conclusion is no. If you have to do something, you're addicted. You fell into a bad pattern or a bad habit.
I'm guilty of that.
Absolutely, we're all guilty.
The 18th day of me not drinking sodas, bro.
Okay.
I have a bad thing for sodas.
Yeah, that's gluttony, right?
5, yeah. You know.
Like I just couldn't say I need it. More soda. Yeah, that's not a great habit. Let's move on.
Fuck that shit.
So, okay, gluttony. We'll get in more. Okay, so there's gluttony. lust, it's fucking huge. I mean, can't no man tell me he ain't dealing with lust. Can't no man, don't do it because you're a liar. Love of money. You know, it's not, money isn't the root of all evil, it's the love of money, right? Sadness, anger, which, you know, I deal with anger. Despondency, which, you know what? Despondency, I had no idea what that word meant.
I didn't either.
I had to Google it, and despondency means being in low spirits due to a lack of courage or hope. So that means you're already depressed, and the reason is because you have no courage or no hope. You have no hope for anything, so that you don't even need courage. Like, you have to want something. You have to have hope for a brighter future. Yeah. And then out of that hope stems courage to be like, you know what? I may get hurt. I may get laughed at. I may get fucking killed for attempting this. But being in high spirits is so important.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have courage, you will never try anything.
True.
And if you don't try anything, you won't know.
You won't do anything.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You won't know if you can be great at it. Or even you won't know if you fail, like, okay, I failed. Let me see what I can do to be better at it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it reminds me of the hero's journey.
Yeah.
You know, the hero's journey is an ill-equipped person who is faced with a challenge that is bigger than him and everything he has to bring to the table. It's bigger than him. But in spite of that fear, he's going to have the courage to confront that dragon and slay it, because he's going to realize within that friction and resistance that he was stronger than he was giving himself credit for. And so, you know, despondency is a thing that if you get trapped in that, it will just corrupt your soul, because you will not realize your own unlimited potential. Oh, yeah. And I believe that we all start with unlimited potential. But to the extent a person can work towards that, develop the high value skills, have a definite purpose, have emotional and spiritual maturity, all of those things come through having courage to face the demons in your life. So despondency.
Yeah, we'll elaborate on that one a little.
Okay, the next one was vainglory. Yeah. I didn't even know what that meant. I mean, kind of, right? You kind of have an idea of what that means.
Vain and
glory. So it's like a false sense of pride in something, you know, like, oh, look at his sweater. This sweater's so cool. I'm going to treat other people like shit because I'm so cool because of my sweater. Man, fuck you and that sweater. What? I don't care. You better be a good person and treat me with some respect, because we're going to have problems.
Fuck your sweater.
Fuck your sweater. Fuck your couch. Fuck your sweater. So vainglory, man. I mean, we were talking, you know, even in the artist world. I mean, you see people, they get one feature or they get one little accolade, and then it's like they act different and they start treating the day one people like, oh, you got to talk to my manager now. It's like, man, fuck you too, because I know you, you know? And it's like, I'm all down for people growing and evolving, but
if I know,
don't have vainglory. Yeah. You either made it, and we have to speak to your manager, or you fronting. Yes. If you ain't got no answering service and you still pick up your own phone, you come on now. So yeah, vainglory, man. I know that corrupts a lot of people. You know, you get a little money. Whoo.
That's big nowadays. Social media.
Vainglory, right? You get the blue check. You get some follower count.
Yeah, that's super.
It's over. You gotta start talking different. Okay, and then the last one was pride. Just good old pride. No vainglory. Just pride.
Too pride.
Yeah, you know, they say pride comes before a fall. They say, you know, what is pride, Mike? I mean, like, pride is, sometimes people can have pride in themselves to where they won't accept help. They won't ask or allow other people to come into their sphere of influence. They could have too much pride to change a bad habit.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is the way I learned it. This is how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it till the day I die.
So.
Oh, shit.
Me and a friend of mine, we were talking about football.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm an Eagles fan. I love the Eagles. But once me and another friend sat and talked about the actual like meaning or how football has evolved.
Okay.
It's now sports entertainment.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck all this shit, man. I'm just gonna watch football. I'm gonna like all the teams.
Okay.
So I told one of my homies, I'm not saying any names.
That's hilarious.
I said, say bro, football is kind of to the point to where it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's almost like WWE, They kind of know what's going on. Whether they say it or not.
There's a politics in it,
I told him, I was like, man, you should just wear whatever team you want. No, bro, I'm not doing that. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do it because everybody else knows that I'm this fan. And if I put that on, then I lose my pride, my sense of self. I can't do that.
Whoa.
I was like, what? That football team don't determine you, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just too prideful to wear anything else because everybody knows you like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn. It just blew my mind to have that kind of conversation. And I was like, I told him, I was like, man, them hoes don't pay me, bro. If I like the Eagles, and if I want to watch the Cowboys, and if I want to watch the fucking,
I'm gonna do whatever. Yeah.
If I want to wear their jerseys, I don't give a fuck what nobody else thinks. That's not prideful. That's just me being mindful and understanding exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, you have too much pride to let anybody else see you wear those jerseys, even though you like those players.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother. Yeah. No, that's crazy. It's the best thing a man has in life is the ability to choose. Mm-hmm. And that goes for everything, man. And so again, it's like part of a man facing his own weaknesses or the reality of that, I do struggle with some of these 8 evil thoughts, and I have to keep them in check. If you don't choose to learn and grow, then you will ultimately just limit yourself and to the type of success that you can reach in life.
Yeah.
And that right there is one of the greatest tragedies. So again, it's like as we keep going on this conversation about the 8 evil thoughts, because I have somewhere where I want to take it. It's like there's no good in just mentioning the 8 evil thoughts and being like, yep, everyone's doomed. It's like, goodbye. I have some thoughts on what to do with it and all that. So as we have these conversations, again, I think about my younger brothers, I think about my son, and I think about the challenges they're going to go through. And just the best men I've ever seen in life are not the ones that have never gone through anything. The clean records, best perfect life, squeaky clean. The best men I've ever seen in life are the ones that are scarred and bloody and have war stories and be like, I fucked up so bad. Let me tell you how bad I fucked up. I barely survived. Yeah. And out of those lessons, there's a saying they say, you don't know how much anger it took to become this peaceful, or how much violence it took to become this peaceful. And I think that, a man's character is tested and tried inside of resistance, inside the fire. And so I encourage my younger brothers, I encourage my son, I say, fail frequently and fail young. Go try some stuff, you know what I'm saying? And not just being devious and sketchy and like a liar or a thief. Try things. Start businesses. Say you are somebody. Build up to and live up to that reputation. Aspire for greatness. Go against the mold. You're going to be like, man, I don't fit in as much as I wanted to because everyone out here is doing a bunch of dumbass shit. And I am an aware individual, and I know that is not right. Yeah. It's not if you can get away with it, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes a person's character, you see in these old movies, the top G, the coolest dude in the thing is like, I don't do what the crowd does. I do what I do.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh, shit. You one of them. That's an alpha. That's a leader.
And then they go, oh, well, what is he doing? I want to do what he does now.
Yeah.
And moral of the story is, just Figure out how to be your best self.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Within that comes success.
If you can find that, you'll definitely find success. And then, like we said, knowing about these 8 evil thoughts, you can control success.
Yeah.
I mean, just because you might have a bad day, you notice you have a bad day and recognize why you had a bad day, you know, then you can continue tomorrow and understand, okay, I can't do what I did yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm constantly working out. I mean, it's just, I'm the egghead, you know, it's just like, I'm constantly working out my problems. Like, I'll be angry. What the fuck? Nothing's going right, blah, blah, blah. And I'll have a time where it's like, I have a moment, I think about that. Where is that stemming from?
Yeah, definitely.
Why am I so impatient? Why am I so aggressive and angry? What's unsettled within my own mind? Or, you know, and a lot of times, ever since this, talking about this show, you know, this episode, the 8 evil thoughts, God damn, I've just gone through all 8 evil thoughts, you know, like temptations of just getting angry or greedy or prideful or vainglory or glutton. I mean, like, all lustful, all these things, it's just like boom, boom, boom. And I come, like, I was getting angry, very impatient a few days ago, like for a couple of days in a row. And people were like, why are you so angry, man? What is the deal? And I had to stop, and it was like, I realized that I was short and impatient with other people and getting angry because I wasn't doing, I felt like a lack of control, right? On a simple note, like your kids don't listen to you. Hey, go clean your room. Hey, go put your phone down. And then they stay on their phone, don't clean they ignore you. I'll be goddamned, you know? Yeah. But by me getting angry at that simple concept or analogy, I'm not mad at them not listening. Truly, I know that I'm not listening to myself by waking up when I'm supposed to, doing what I'm supposed to, being focused on what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm angry with myself. Yeah. So when I see other people not listening to me, it only heightens it and the awareness I have of myself being out of alignment. And now I'm just angry. Why are you so angry? I don't know, I'm angry. And I want to put it outwards. Oh, my kids make me angry. Oh, this fuckhead made me angry when I was driving. No, it's not them, man. It's you. You're out of alignment. I'm an observer of things. Things aren't happening to me. They happen for me. They say thoughts are things. Yeah. If anything I believe in this life is the things you think about come true. Yeah. You think you're being taken advantage of? You are. You think things are bad or happening to you? They are. But you know what? Within those times, a man, again, the awareness like you talk about, fucking shit, man, things are always working out for me all the time. Yeah. Everything I do succeeds. Everything I'm a part of has a lesson in it. Everything that is in my life is for me. I have everything I want and need in life. And if I don't have it now, it's already coming to me.
And I feel like a lot of that is because, I hate to say it, social media, bro. Social media is so entwined with our lives that I feel like we have everything, we may have everything we need in life, but we see something that we want.
Gosh.
And we feel like,
now my life ain't shit. I was just whole and complete, and now I ain't shit. Yeah. That has always been a big thing for me, man. I mean, all I can talk about is myself. I mean, social media is a killer because it's like, my wife is beautiful and loves me. My kids are beautiful and they love me. I make money doing something I'm passionate and good at. I answer to pretty much no one. I'm doing a life and living a life with doing things that I want to do and like to do. And then I'll go open social media and somebody will have a new toy or something. It doesn't even fucking matter what it is. You don't even have to want it. Yeah. But now they have it and you don't. It's like, oh, now I'm lacking. Now I'm incomplete.
I just want to take a moment and thank my people that run my social media, J-Mo and Digital, because I don't have to deal with that anymore. That shit is so fucking crazy.
For mental health, man.
It does. And I think that's another
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
But that is exactly what it does, bro. You can be here and you can get on social media and it'll bring you here.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like it'll just disrupt your whole day, bro.
Totally.
You know, and I guess that's kind of like fucking, that's greed.
Yeah.
That's one of the, you know
or it could be lust, greed, because again, it's like,
yeah.
You know what I think it does? Social media just heightens all of the 8 evil thoughts. Mm-hmm. You get angry at people for opinions they have that don't match yours.
And you don't even know most of these people.
Nor do you care. You get greedy over things people have that you don't have. You get lustful for things you see that you know that you don't see on the regular day to day. Most of the time it's AI fucking enhanced or Photoshopped. Yeah. All the 8. And so it's like it's so important for young men, for men, period, to be aware of these 8 evil thoughts, because social media and society has created these mechanisms that are just like dangling all of the 8 evil thoughts at the same time.
Yeah, and it clicks in your brain and you don't even know that.
Don't be focused on winning. Yeah. Don't be focused on having good self-esteem. Don't be focused on growing a beautiful family and having a legacy and having purpose, a real purpose in life.
Don't look at these naked women.
And go be mad about what other people have. If I see another 13-year-old billionaire that got, rich from selling slime and YouTube, it's just like, oh man, I ain't shit. A 13-year-old, yeah, he's multi-millionaire, and over here I am like a happy 5-figure motherfucker.
But you got what you need, though. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand. You have exactly what you need to be successful.
Yes.
You may not think you have it, but all the tools are right around you.
And available.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you need something that you can't get, and you know somebody that has it, you know them.
Yeah.
So you have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now it just comes up with the imagination and the ingenuity to go make that happen.
Yeah.
That's where I'd rather be a doer than a beer.
So go back to what? Despondency, or I guess
sadness.
Not really sad.
Okay, hit me with.
I feel like it's like more being lazy and hopeless. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you get to a point to where, like watching them social media things, or just seeing other people around you doing better. Like if you don't know you have everything you need, man, you definitely gonna just feel hopeless. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have any courage to do anything.
No.
It's gonna make you envious, which will lead to greed, because you're gonna be so greedy, you're gonna do anything to try to get what you need to get.
Yeah.
And if that don't work, then you're gonna be sad.
Yeah.
Like that shit, once those things start hitting you, all 8 of those evil thoughts will hit you. You know what I'm saying?
And you're about to go there. Each of those 8 will corrupt your very soul.
Yeah.
Which that was like the whole purpose of coming up with these 8, is that only one of them could ruin you. Mm-hmm. And like, okay, so this is another point. So we were talking about this. I was trying to explore this concept, and it was like, initially, I was like, okay, every man has to experience all 8 evil thoughts. No way around it. It's part of humanity.
Yeah.
Okay? So we acknowledge that. And then my initial reaction was like, yeah, but like, you can go through any of the 8, even all of the 8, and still recover and become a good person and live a life. And I had to challenge myself on that, because I started thinking of situationships to where a man can fall into just one of these 8 evil thoughts, let it corrupt his soul, him take actions, because thoughts lead to things and thoughts lead to actions. So this thought led to an action, and now he cannot recover, no matter how hard you try.
People that murder people.
Okay.
Or somebody that robbed somebody or something.
And let's get extreme, y'all. This is extreme. This is going to be graphic. These are thought experiments. But again, I'm trying to take it to the furthest extent. Let's just give examples. Anger, right? A man can fall into anger, murder his wife and children.
Yeah,
there's no coming back from that. I don't care if you go to prison. I don't care if you get remarried and have new kids. There is no coming back from an act like that.
I feel like if you murder I mean, you use the wife and kids. I feel like if
specifically, that's my thing.
Anybody that it's hard to bounce back from that.
Yes and no. No.
Thank you, bounce
Look,
back from that.
a person, I mean, again, hypothetical, this is a thought experiment. We may not even have to post this on YouTube. We'll have to put on a private link because they're not going to let us monetize this. But again, a person goes out and I was on Reddit scrolling and it was like mother kills man with machete that she found raping her daughter. So this dude was raping this lady's daughter, and she hacked this motherfucker up with a machete out in the streets.
That's kind of different, though.
I'm talking about extremes.
She's a mom, and
I'll come back. If I was a dad and I found a dude raping my daughter, he will die. I will lose no sleep. I'll come back from that.
Yeah, you can come back from that.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying there are some crazy extremes that you can't come back from.
There's some crazy extremes.
No, but
I've seen prisoners come back from.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about a man murdering his wife and children. There's no coming back. Okay, let's say lust. A man could disrespect and hurt a woman so bad that she will and can never forgive him. No coming back. You lose your wife, your kids over some lust. Again, it's not the very act of cheating. It's not the very act of failing. It's the very act of you could do it in such an extreme way where there's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
It happens all the fucking time. 50% of marriages end up in divorce. Most people I meet in this world are like on their 10th fucking relationship, you know, and it's no hate, but I'm just saying in life, you can do things to a person where there's no coming back from it. Yeah. And so again, gluttony. You could eat the wrong stuff and too much of it, get cancer and die.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that. So I'm saying, like, again, it's very important for men to realize that these are fucking killers. These are traps. This isn't like, I watched porn today. Bad me, I fell into one of the 8 evil thoughts. No, that's not what I'm saying, man. Oh, I got angry today and I punched a brick wall. Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that take shit to an extreme and end up in a place where they are now fucked in their life. Ain't no turning back for you, man.
Got you.
Like, this is the danger of these 8 evil thoughts.
I also feel like them hoes come in pairs. You can, like, I've never seen just one thought.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you may be greedy, like, and have gluttony at the same time. You eating food and you being greedy with the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You might
prideful and angry.
Yeah. Despondency and sadness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they almost go together like shoes. You can't have one without the other. You know what I'm saying? The only one I think you might can get away with by itself is lust.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you're lustful after a woman that you can't have or don't have, then you're also greedy for money. It
depends
or lust.
on what kind of lust it is. Like you say, if it's a woman,
yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Well, that's what lust is for a man. That's like.
Yeah, but like if you also lust, you watching porn all the time. You know?
But for what? Again, it's out of like this need for some type of fulfillment or obtaining of something that you can't have.
What you say go with lust? Anger maybe, because you can't have the woman.
Sure, man. You get all lustful and you just watch a lot of porn and you never get pussy. What do you see? All these dudes, these incels and all these people that get no pussy, what are they? They're fucking egotistical. They're mean, angry, and sad. They got this like victim mentality. You know what I'm saying?
I was right then. All of them got.
They all intertwine, man. So, okay, so again, my point was, I think that not for everybody, but for some men, they can fall so deep into one of these 8 evil thoughts, there's no coming back for it. And one of the worst tragedies that I myself, as a young man who's growing into a full man, I'm realizing that there's things you can do that you can't come from, and that's the biggest tragedy, to make a mistake and not recover, not be able to recover.
Because you're not allowed to recover.
Because you're not allowed to, because now it's bigger than you.
Yeah.
Now it's not just your inner thoughts and your inner demons. Now it's the outer demons.
So let me ask you this. I'm going to use jail. I know. So say somebody do kill a wife and a kid and they go to jail and they in jail and all of a sudden they find themselves. Is that necessarily not coming back?
Okay, so I think there's a distinction, right? I think a person can always recover mentally and just compartmentalize. Yeah. Be like, that was the old me, this is the new me. The brain is very plastic. It's neuroplasticity, right? So physically speaking, scientifically speaking, yeah, a human can compartmentalize and recover and become a different type of person. But in society, bro, there's repercussions. Yeah. You will forever be labeled the baby killer, the wife killer. What woman could trust you to raise a family with you if she knew your history?
You know what you're doing right now? Dropping jewels.
I'm dropping, but it's not even dropping jewels. It's fucking the harsh realities of life, Mike.
Reality to us, because we know and people like us that know.
Yeah.
But to people that don't know, you dropping jewels.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? To the youngest that don't understand, that never been through this,
yeah,
they gonna see this and be like, oh shit, I can do something that I can't recover from.
So you better check your fucking actions and check your thoughts, man. Okay, so again, to recount, I think there's things you can do that you can't recover from within society. You will always, for me, I'm always gonna be labeled a felon. I got caught up with a felony charge. Yeah. Everywhere I go, I wanted to go get a job. I want to go do this. Oh, boom. No recovery for me.
That's why I quit looking for a job.
That's why I'm an entrepreneur. Exactly. But I'm just saying, it's a small example, right? So can a person mentally recover? Sure. We can do that. There's legit people to put it, they do the most horrendous crimes, most horrendous actions to themselves or others, and they find a way through God, religion, whatever, enlightenment.
Jail.
Well, in jail, you find God or enlightenment, because one of the beauties about jail, man, is you're forced to be alone.
Yeah.
You're forced to sit there and think.
You don't, and not just that, you're not exposed to the world as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? You get bits and pieces of the world. Maybe you might get to watch TV. Now I think they got like iPads. You get a certain amount of time.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I wish I had an iPad when I was in jail.
You back then you didn't get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When people used to get out of jail that I fucked with, and they be like, damn, what is this? Nigga,
yeah.
It's a phone. Why you got a beeper?
Right. You got a flip phone.
You don't know how to work this thing.
Yeah.
That's what they did. You know what I'm saying? So like you say, you get the time to understand what happened and what you did wrong. And most people either become a better person or they become worse.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, this nigga just went to jail and realized he can do it better.
You went in an amateur criminal. Yeah, you come out a professional criminal. Like, I done learned all types of shit that have no merit in my life right now.
So, out of these 8, which one you think, like which 2, I would say, you think affect your life the most?
Yeah. I got 3. Fuck, I got 8. I got 8 to tell you.
The reason I want you to pick 2 is because now you know the very 2 top things in your life that you should work on. The other, I would say 3, but 2. Like, the reason I say 2 is because those are the things that bother you or set you back every day.
Yeah, I got them. So, initially I wanted to say anger and lust, but I would replace anger with despondency. I think the biggest thing that I deal with as an entrepreneur, someone with no backing or no foundation of just like a college degree or a good job to rely on, it's despondency. And so being in low spirits, sometimes I won't see the end of the yellow brick road for the life path that I've chosen. And I can become despondent. Oh man, why am I trying so hard? I've been working so hard for 20 years and I'm only at this level, when there's 13-year-olds that are like millionaires, you know, doing Amazon or YouTube or whatever. So despondency and then lust, man. I'm a fucking man. I have a lineage of men that have been lustful and had those type of problems. So to me, those are the two. And only through great awareness, you know, do we acknowledge that. The first step to quitting is admitting, you know. So it's like, okay, if I know that to be true, then how can I frame those things? Okay, this is the other thing. After I realized that not every man can recover, I realized that there is a flip side to each of these 8 evil thoughts. You know, instead of being out of control and emotional and angry, why don't you be wildly aggressive towards accomplishing your goals?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you, because I'm over here doing what the fuck I gotta be doing. My goals, my definite purpose. So many people on social media, so many people in life are irrelevant to me because I am so locked into what I want out of this life. And I know what I'm going after. I have not made it yet. And so every day I have to gain my skills, aggressively go after connections and people and knowledge that I do not yet have. That's aggressive action. I'll take aggressive action over anger any day.
I would say mine would be sadness and
despondency.
Yeah, because
how are they different then?
I guess I don't necessarily feel hopeless. It's more of like, you know, I've been doing what I do for a while now, you know, and I've been to the top of the mountain and fell down and climbed back to the top of the mountain.
Sat in the middle for a little bit.
It's just the things that happen in between getting there. Like, I lost so many people.
Yeah.
You know?
Literally.
I felt like, you know, I took more time doing this than spending with my people, even though they were here with me in this, you know, on this journey. We were here, we were running together, but I felt like
there could have been more quality moments.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say sadness and despondency. I don't really feel like at a time, you know, I guess I did. I felt hopeless and I lost my courage there for a minute when I lost my manager, my homie, you know what I'm saying, my brother. And it just, like, that shit really, like, it messed me up, bro. Like, I didn't really record music for like 6 or 7 months.
Obvious question, but like, what broke you the most? What made you the sad? Like, you know what I'm saying? How did it affect you the most?
He was like a brother to me, you know? Like, I have brothers, but like, for somebody to believe in me more than I believed in myself.
It's a beautiful thing.
You know, bro, like, it would be at times, like, I wouldn't record for a day or two, and he would come over here, hey, bro, what you record? And I'll be like, nothing. He'll be like, come on, we gotta do something today.
Wow.
And it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
He knew, like, you know, you're
damn, that's
bro.
deep.
You have to, this is you. I'm not pushing you for me.
Yeah.
I'm pushing you for you. And, you know, man, that made me feel like, you know, like, damn, I could move mountains. Me and him, with him, I can move mountains, bro.
Yeah.
And like, shit, that's, after he passed away, bro, that made me feel hopeless, bro. It did. It brought me, even though I didn't lose money or any of that, I just felt hopeless because I lost my brother the way, you know what I'm saying, the guy that always had my back and made sure I had my own back. You know what I'm saying? Like, he always used to tell me, say, bro, shit, you ain't got to worry about nothing. He say, man, you know how they say, the saying is, if that's your homie, they not going to let them talk about you when you with them or without them. You know what I'm saying? And that was him.
That's deep. So, you know, something about that, and a little related to that, is that for me, in my own hopelessness in life, I And again, mine's a little different, but the thing that is saving me is realizing, and this is the truth for every man, there is no knight in shining armor that's going to come save you.
No, it's not.
You sometimes meet a Hav. Not everybody gets to meet a Hav.
It's crazy. His favorite saying was, "You never meet the same person twice."
Okay. So my thing is, the reason a man has to just so radically look at these 8 evil thoughts and see how they're applying and affecting his life is because you have to realize that it's up to you to win. There is no one coming to save you.
No.
You know, and for a man, even if you have a good family or somebody to like pay your way or give you 20 mil to start out when you're 20, that ends up hurting you worse than starting from scratch with nothing. So there's no negating the process. So my thing is, you know, the answer to that problem is be your own knight in shining armor, man. Save yourself from this disparity, from these tragedies, from these unnecessary repercussions from life. Because it's like you think you bigger and badder than life. You think you can be more angry than life. You think you can be greedier than the universe. That's when you get everything taken from you. That's when life just like squashes you like a bug, you know? And so to know that there are healthy expressions for each of these 8.
Yeah.
You know, instead of out of a needy lustiness, I just have to have sex. I need women to validate me. I need that. I need it. Why don't you find a healthy sexual desire for an expression with someone you can build something with, you know, something meaningful. There's true power in strong sexual polarity with somebody and people, you know, so that's another healthy expression. So again, the 8 evil thoughts are real. We went over them. We'll have them in the description. You can Google. I encourage everyone to like go Google each one of these things and just read a little bit about what they're about. Yeah. And it'll give more context to you. Because man, if we want to be successful, we can't fall into these traps. No. And if you do fall into them, learn quickly. Try to do it young as possible, as fast as possible, and learn your lesson. Because life doesn't have to be hard.
No, it doesn't. And once you realize exactly what's going on around you, you know what I'm saying, you can see what's going on inside you as well. Because if you're not watching what's going on around you, you definitely not knowing what's going on inside you.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So if you doing these 8 evil thoughts, hell, those 8 evil thoughts they're going on around you, and you're allowing them to go on. Yeah. And so now they're seeping into you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like we're energy. So yes. We absorb that shit. Yep. Like if 10 people around me are having a bad day and I'm only one having a good day, now I'm having a bad day all
because
of a sudden.
Boom, you absorb those thoughts. Thoughts are energy. Yeah. We absorb the energy around us. You are who you hang with. I mean, like, these are commonplace sayings, but there's science behind it. Like, it's legit.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, man, that's really cool. I mean, I don't know. We could keep going on it. We'll bring it to a close. I want people to be aware of these 8 evil thoughts, know that they don't have to let it ruin them. As long as they can become aware and try not to go too deep into them.
And remember that it can ruin you. You can go too far and not be able to come back from that. Yeah. You know, I mean, I didn't understand it until you put it to me that way. Yeah. Yeah, like you can, you know. I thought maybe, you know, you can do this and it like you can be too bad and you go to jail and you get over it. No, that's like you said, that's just you getting over it mentally. Yeah. You know, but you in jail for the rest of your life. You
go to life to prison. There's no recovering from that.
Recovering from that. You can't get back out and drive a car or be lustful or whatever. You done.
You done.
That's your life. When you leave there, you leave in a pine box. So, you know, just be aware like I say, man, it's being aware and knowing yourself. Being aware of your surroundings. Energy is real. If that's one of the.
We are energy.
Yeah.
Our body. We are electromagnetic beings, man. Mm-hmm. The brain waves, the brain signals are all electrical.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is science, baby. This is legit. How are we pretending like this is not real? You know, it blows me aware about the awareness real quick. It's just like, I still meet people and I'll be like, hey man, did you hear about that? What happened? Or did you know about this? And be like, no, I had no idea. I never heard of that. And sometimes they're just like some basics.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, there are really people out there that just are unaware. That's partly why I don't feel too bad about doing this podcast, because to me, I feel like everybody knows everything that I know. Yeah. Because I know it, and I'm not the smartest person in the world, so y'all have to know it if I know it.
I mean,
but they don't.
No, they don't, because
some don't.
Everything nowadays is fall in line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Kanye jumped out of line, people called him crazy.
Yeah.
Fall in line. If you don't fall in line, you're crazy.
Yeah.
If you don't agree that the world is round, you done lost your mind. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to be different.
It is. You know? That's the biggest lesson, man.
Yeah.
Be different. In a world full of suckers. Mm-hmm. Be different.
What do you say? Be lollipop in a world full of suckers.
Yeah, there you go.
Be different, man. Be your own person. You know, grow and learn from these 8 evil thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, and be the best you could be at the end of the day.
You deserve it. Yeah. The people around you deserve it. And if you're not going after that, what the fuck you doing? You know, it's like, you want to be the nastiest, dirtiest, most hated person? Like, that's cool when you're young, but then you get older and you realize, oh, dang, I need people in life. At some level, you need people.
And if you got kids, you got to remember, your kids see what you do. They do what
Truly,
you do.
man.
Some kids might be like, I don't want to be like my mom and dad, but they can't help it. They might not be exactly like them, but they picked up your traits and they passing them on to their kids. And then their kids pass them on to their, and so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful of what you do and what you say and how you live your life. Because you're not just, if you have kids, you're not just living for you anymore.
It's true. I mean, that's why I'm so interested in a lot of these topics.
Yeah.
I need to figure out what the heck I'm going to say to my son so he doesn't grow up to be some punk, you know, that nobody trusts, nobody likes, nobody can depend on. Yeah, unfruitful, unsuccessful, lazy, greedy.
Yeah.
I don't want any of that shit for my son. I want him to be like me, a man of aspiration for greatness. Like, we are going to be respectful. We are not liars, cheaters, or thieves. We hold ourselves to a higher level of accountability than most people I meet.
MOA, man of action.
Bam.
You know what I'm saying?
So there it is, man.
8 evil thoughts.
8 evil thoughts.